I started doing workshops and doing groups where I'm getting up in front of others, like outside of the gym setting, and talking about resilience and perseverance and goal setting and vision and taking action. You should know what 1 hour of your time is worth. You should know the value that you bring to the marketplace. You know what your passion is. Starts with clarity of vision. If you don't have the clarity of vision, whatever next thing you get, you're not going to see it through because you don't have the clarity of vision. So the point of my pain was being told you will never run or jump again. And all that stuff, I was like, you know what? Like, I want to be able to take this even bigger. If you know why you do what you do, you have to know how to charge for what you do. That's how you're going to change your life, and that's how you're going to leave a legacy for your children and your family. You got to know your worth. Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob, and I am back with episode number 354 of Shut Up and Grind, where we're all about overcoming obstacles, defying the odds, and inspiring you, the faithful audience, inspiring you to clear whatever is blocking your path to whatever success you want in this lifetime. So we're all about empowering, inspiring, igniting, and helping you to unleash. So I bring guests on from all over the world. I've had guests from 6 of the 7 continents. At some point, I'm gonna find somebody in Antarctica that has an internet connection, and I'm gonna get them on here too. We have guests that span over 70 countries, and it's about overcoming, right? Anyone can quit. There's no discipline whatsoever in quitting, right? Anybody can do it, but can you persevere? This green behind me is really stressing me out. I don't know how to make it go away, but anybody can do that, can give up, can just give up on their dreams, can just say that ship has sailed. But that's not what this show is about. The show is about getting to work and bringing guests on, and I add my stories in to amplify what my guests are gonna share, and it's to let you know that you can do it. You can do it. Just get started. It doesn't have to be perfect. There is no right time. Today is all we have. Okay, there is no right time. Just get started, and then you're gonna see the doors are gonna open to whatever it is that you want to accomplish, right? So just get started. So today we're gonna be talking about happy, healthy, and rich. So I can add value to the happy and the healthy. My guests are gonna have to talk about the rich part, right? We just got to keep it 100, right? So helping me have this conversation, I don't have this thumbnail ready, pardon me. So that's the downside of live streaming, is you can't edit stuff out. All right, so this is Dr. Jacopo. He told me how to say his last name, but I feel like I'm not going to do it right. So we'll just call him Dr. Jacopo. Born and raised in Naples, Italy, he launched a jewelry chain at just 18 before diving into real estate at 22. Since moving to Florida in 2011, he's closed over 350 transactions and now leads the luxury and wealth group, all while championing a holistic path to success. So, Dr. Jacopo, welcome to the show. How are we doing?
Robert, super good. First of all, your beautiful energy bring me more energy than what I have in general. And I need to tell you, really do applause for you, because somebody constantly push some kind of message out with all these episodes you create for the podcast. Somebody have one big word in his life, resilient, and so beautiful to know you have this capacity,
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so where you joining me from?
Right now I am in Miami, but tomorrow I will leave. I will go to Paris, where I live in Italy, 2-3 months a year, and the other part in Florida, and 1 month in Dubai.
Okay, so what was it like growing up in Italy?
Yeah, like what's happening, Robert, is like everybody, we are entrepreneur, business people, coach people like you, speaker. We have this kind of characteristic. We want to create more. And I grew up in Italy with one main goal: create more in my life, where I coming from. My family loving, I have loving family, but I want more in my life, more abundance. And first of all, I starting to read a lot of book really at young age, 11 years old, from entrepreneur, people that change the world not only in business but too in real life. And starting my life, like I have this dream to become in professional soccer. I have leave my house in Napoli at 14 years old to play professional in some team around Italy. And at 17 years old, I have my first stop, the big injury, changed completely the direction of my life. Now I have clarity why I arrived. I received this, painful moment at 17 years old, really young, where I need to reinvent myself, come back to my house in Napoli and understand what I want in my life. From over there, without any connection, without any relationship, without any knowledge, I starting, the jewelry in the jewelry space, open one of my first shop, close the shop, reopen the shop, make this company multi-millionaire success, and starting at 22 years old to invest in real estate, and moving in 2011, how you explained, to Florida, with the only intention to create more abundance, not only for me, but too for other people. And, I become now an entrepreneur that want to create not only for me, but to be in the fourth phase of my life, contribute to other human beings,
Okay, love it. So you said a whole lot right there. So let's see, where do we want to start? I think out of everything that you just said, the most powerful thing you said was you wanted to create more for yourself. Right? So too many times with humans, with us human beings, people just accept. Like, one of the sayings I hate the most is what it is. Because it's not it's what you do with whatever situation you're dealing with. Like you said yourself, that you overcame a big injury, and like it said in my intro, I was told I was never going to run or jump again. And when adversity hits, you have two choices. It's like, I could have just hung on what that doctor said, and you too, or you can look inward, keep focused on your goal, right? Be focused on the task at hand and make something happen against the odds. So how did you get through that? Having your big injury, you had plans of being a professional soccer player. How did you get through that moment?
Yeah, like Robert, first of all, I really synthesize all the aspect of my life, but I have two pivotal moments. One is this one, and how I go through, because I have the fortune really to have a loving family. In particular, my mother at that time, she helped me with only one action. Sometimes word and action, they create something in our life. And
Yes.
what she do, my mother, at that time, when I come back and I have this doctor told me I finish my career in to becoming professional soccer. My mother put the hand in my front and told me, "You don't worry, you will succeed whatever you will do." And from over there, this word for me represent everything at that time, because I don't have any direction, I don't have any focus, I have only confusion. But I starting from something, and now after many years to becoming a creator, business, real estate person, I understand how create everything from zero. The first step is research. The second one is grow. The third one is action. And the fourth is contribution. This is the four pillar I really understand now. And because I am Robert part two, I create one editorial in Forbes Italy, where I interview billionaire and multimillionaire in business. I really learn from these people, and like the four aspect of our life is based in this, four step, and how I go through the word of my mother, where I touch all my energy, everything, to repeat in my mind this word like a mantra. And second of all, I started to research to understand what I need to do in my life. And I do an action. What this means, I open this shop. I make the big mistake one entrepreneur possible make, location, because I position it, this shop in the wrong position. I take the money from government from Italy to to open this shop because my family don't possible support me with this money. And 18, 18, like almost 19 years old, I am down on my bank account almost 100K at that time. And
Okay.
I am sure, because I researched correctly, the business will working. And I asked my father 8,000 euro. I remember like yesterday, to moving the location of this shop in another place and do some trick of the marketing. From over there, I opened more than 20 shop in Italy, make this company multimillionaire at 22 starting the real estate. Now, how I surpass this moment to be every time, motivate myself with, book, with the good word and the good relationship around me, and do action.
Mm. All right, so at 18 years old, I'm speaking from here in the United States, right? 18 years old, kids are going to college, they're partying, they're finding themselves, they're exploring life. And you were in the jewelry business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you get that started and what was your mindset going into it?
And I explain why, what's happening. I have, two moments in my life. The moment where I grow up from 7 years old to 17 years old, I play soccer. All my life, my dream, everything is dedicated to becoming professional soccer. And in soccer in Italy, like not everybody, but the majority of people, they, try to becoming professional soccer or play soccer. There are people, they coming from different environment, difficult environment. Okay, but what's happening to me, why I shift the mindset, because until all this year I hang out with these people, and we have the same dream, the same goal. But when my dream finish to becoming professional soccer, my family bring me in a school where this school have rich people, people, they have money, like young people, they have money. And what's happening in me, I starting to feeling anger inside, where I tell to myself why they need have more respect to myself. And anger, sometimes if you utilize correctly, bring you positive thing, but anger is not a good emotion. What's happening from over there, I started to realize, I want more in my life. I want better quality of life. I want more money in my life. And at that time, it's only driving in the anger, the possibility to have more. Know what is driving me more, because when you grow up and you becoming more clear about your emotion, how you create, it's becoming more easy. But that time I have this capacity. I want more, because I see these young people, they have more respect to me. They possible do more respect to me. At that time, I decide I want to becoming an entrepreneur, but this decision is already in my mind, in my spirit, because think about 11 years old, I read the book of entrepreneur, of people. And from over there, I starting, and I remember like yesterday, I do a course. I started to research how becoming entrepreneur with Google, and I see this opportunity where the government of Italy, if you do one course and you will surpass this course, they will give you the money. And I do all the process. I go through this course, and finally I arrive at the final step where they choose me to open the business, and from over there I starting. But with the clear focus, I remember this kind of thing in my mind. I told my father and my mother, they want I becoming a lawyer, I becoming normal job, because they have this experience in their life. They come in, my mother is teaching and my father is engineer, but I tell them, don't worry, and I create immediately the win-win situation with them. Don't worry, I will take my PhD in business management, and I wake up for my young age at 5 in the morning, really, to study, to go to university, do the exam, and go back to the shop. And from over there, I understand to open the one, and after, everything is becoming more easy until 28 years old.
See, the reason why I do this show unscripted is because sometimes the guests say things that are so powerful that they probably didn't even realize it, right? Like out of everything that you just said, the thing that stood out to me the most was when you said that anger can be used for good, right? And now, as a track and field coach, I just want to highlight that because just this past Saturday, we had our Rhode Island State Track Championships, and
Wow.
one of my jumpers, he didn't perform the way he wanted to in the high jump, and I could tell he was bothered, and I was like, Kevin, you have two choices in this moment. I was like, you can let that disappointment hurt you in the triple jump, or you can use that disappointment to fuel you in the triple jump. I said the choice is yours. So I want you to expand on that in your own words of how anger can be used for good.
Yeah, thanks to enlighten this point. You know, the anger is an emotion like joy, fulfillment, happiness. Now, what's happening in our life, we have two way when anger is arrived. One way when we started to compare our life with other people, and this happening every day in a lot of people life is no anymore this in my heart because I know how working with anger. And but at that time what's happening is this: imagine this, I live to 7 years old to 17 years old with this dream in the mind, and the people that hang out with me, we don't need good clothes, we don't need good shoes, we know we have only this. And immediately from this place where I feel safe, where I feel, compared with these people, the moment to go in the direction where everybody we want to go to becoming professional, I transport, my family transport and put him in this school because they know this school is a good school. In this class where I've been with this snobby, wealthy, young people, and I'm completely different, means I don't have these fancy clothes, I don't have the watch, I don't have the car at 18 years old because my family don't possible give me. And inside me I started to feel it, this emotion in the chest over here, because to understand where arrived emotion is important in your life because you're working with this. And I starting to really focalize in tell to myself, these people technically they live better life at that time in my mind, I think, because they have
Mm.
more thing, car, watch, possibility to spend every week some money I don't have. And this one bring me to starting to think about how I possible becoming better of them, not equal to them, because the money they have is they don't realize their self, but the family, the father. And I started to look and speak with the father of them. They are entrepreneur, they are business people, they are people they have make money from zero through business. And I realized, wow, this is my path, this is my goal. I possible be a creator, and the way how I possible be a creator is through business. And from all this point, I translate anger to understand I want more. And this anger for me working like something fulfill inside my body, where I tell, okay, don't worry, you will have this thing now, but I will have soon, and I will working on. And at that time this anger working for me, now no anymore, because driving me other powerful emotion. But that time this is what I shift, I see the object, the goal, and I persevere for this goal and I achieve it.
See, and that's going back to my intro where I said clarity of vision. Clarity of vision. Like people can set goals and all this other stuff, but having a vision is completely different. Like when I opened my gym a year and a half prior to opening my gym, I sketched out what I wanted it to look like just on a piece of paper. And I am no artist by any means, but I knew exactly how I wanted it to look. So now we fast forward the year and a half. I have business partners now, and they're going to help me invest and open up my own location. And we went looking at different locations, and I would just walk in and just no, that's not it. Like, nope, that's not it. We walked into this place that was an absolute dump. Okay, it used to be a warehouse for a track and field supply company, and we walked in, but it fit the layout of what I sketched down. And I said to my partners, I was like, "This is the one." And they both looked at me like I was the dumbest person on earth. They're like, "What? This is the one?" I'm like, "I'm telling you, I saw it a year and a half ago. This is the one." And we ended up getting to work. You know, we cleaned it up, we painted it up, we got it all outfitted with everything, and we had opened up in January of 2015. And it's just one of those things. But I saw it because, like, when you have a vision, you can feel it. And you use the word fulfill, right? When you live within your purpose, you can reach fulfillment. So many people struggle nowadays because they're not living within their purpose and they're just working a job solely to make money. But my sister is on here. She says, "I love it when your path in life becomes clear." Absolutely. Because so many times people are trying to live other people's dreams and they're not living within their own dream. And she also said, "I can only imagine what that sketch looked like." Oh, it was a whole hot mess, but the layout itself, it was spot on. When we walked into that building, I knew it immediately. I got that feeling. But all right, so I want to go back to you in that feeling of fulfillment. When did you know? Like, was there a definitive moment that you knew you were on the right path?
Yeah, like the beautiful part about fulfillment, you feel in your bodies. Like when you are in love with somebody, you feel all the energy,
Mm.
all from the bottom of the heart to all the body. And what's happening, I remember after I closed the first shop, I slept for 3 months, sorry, in the second floor of this shop. Why? Not because my family, they don't want I go back to their house, but because I feel hurt. I feel like I make mistake. But I have the possibility because sometimes we need to be vulnerable with people. And I ask to my father, help me, please. I believe in this goal. I know I will succeed. I know I'm sure. I show him with all the research I do, and he support me. Now, what is the fulfillment that when I receive, I remember is like when I moving this shop and starting to see the business is working. And after 27, from 19 to 28 years old, I opened, 3 shop every year. Like I arrive at 28, I have 20 shop where I make this company really, powerful from zero to multimillionaire success. At that point, I feel this fulfillment, but after the 28 years old, something happening in me. I achieve what I want economically. I achieve supposedly the love at that time, but I starting to crumbling inside because business starting to lose revenue. And this is the second part of my life where I started to not understand why if I have everything I feel empty. And from over
Mm.
there, I divide in two parts my life, and to 18, to 28 years old, and to 28 years old up right now, where I change completely my prospect, where I starting to meditate, to pray, to do activation, to do biohacking and exercise, where my body and my energy is not becoming only the creation for me, but I'm becoming a servant for the world, for people they need more. And for this reason, I feel my purpose now really clear, more powerful when I have 18 years old or 28 years old, because I am not only, of I have not only abundance external, my create my internal abundance to go external.
Yeah, so you used the word create several times.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, my sister has another comment. For me, it was like the sky opened up and the angels were singing. So along those lines, I always tell people, like I said in my intro, to just get started. Right? So many people stay stuck because they're worried about all of the negative what ifs. Don't worry about the negative what if. This show has evolved probably 5 different times since episode number 1. Right, the graphics were different. I didn't even have graphics in the beginning because I started with my phone. I didn't have the green screen. I didn't have anything. I didn't have the lights, the fancy microphone. I didn't have any of this stuff. But I just got started, and people were listening. But the thing is I didn't realize they were listening because I started it for a little bit because, it's all about likes and shares and comments and all this other stuff. So I stopped it for a while, and then my inbox started blowing up like, hey, where's the show? Like, hey, I've been tuning in every morning to hear your show. And it's like, wow, I had no idea. So people think that you have to have millions of followers and you have to do all of these lavish things and have everything fancy and nice to get started. No, you don't. If you want to write a book, open up a Google Doc and start typing. It doesn't have to be perfect today, but just get the ball rolling. And from listening to you, you're cut from that same cloth. It's like you have an end in mind, but it stemmed from that initial feeling of not belonging, where you are around those people that had money and they had the fancy clothes, they had all the latest gadgets, and you felt like you didn't belong. And you used that to propel you to where you are today. So you're here today, you're an author, you're a CEO, you're living life great. What drives your engine?
Yeah, what is driving my engine now? Because I believe in this fourth phase to creation. I repeat creation because I know looks repetitive, but in reality, all the people, they are entrepreneur, they are business people, they are independent from somebody give the money to them. They are creator, and the creator is something so important because, in particular, in United States, I'm really proud to this country, United States. I'm Italian 100%. My grateful of this country because give opportunity to everybody who want have something over here, have the possibility to have. But really important for me is like now the contribution part. What this means is this one. The book I create, Healthy, Rich, and Happy, is coming from the divine, wherever you believe, God, you are Muslim, you are Jewish, you are Hindu, whatever is the case. But it's coming from this divine where he told me, hey, you need to share your message to more people as possible because if this give you fulfillment in your heart, you need to share with people. And I want to share with you something. I have the fortune today to interview in my Forbes Italy one of my people enlighten my life is Hallerold. He's wrote a book called Miracle Morning. I read this book many years ago in Italy, and from over there, starting completely different kind of life. Now, my 4 point in my life, after I do research, grow, and action, I am in the phase of contribution. And how I contribute through this podcast, how you do, with my book, with my real estate, where I have an idea to create one building where people with money, people without money, they stay in the same building where they have some kind of unique service like meditation, exercise, product to elevate their self book. And this why, because I have the goal to improve other people's life, because if you don't improve other people's life, you improve only your life, you will arrive how I arrive at 28 years old, where you have this material thing and they are good. I don't believe you don't have. I believe in create external abundance, but if you don't have internal, you will have empty inside. When you will empty inside, you don't have nothing to share because you don't have the energy, the driving passion, the clear purpose. And with you is something important, I believe, with your audience. You have two kind of human being in life: the egocentric narcissistic human being and the people they create to contribute. Now, you decide where you want to put. You don't need to becoming a billionaire, a multimillionaire, but you need to be somebody active, do action to create something in your life. How you create something in your life? Action and word. Action and word. Do something small every day, wherever is your goal. And I know 1000% you will achieve your goal if you will be resilient, if you have one word in your life: clear intention of what you want. Don't jump to one place to another one to create something, to moving forward another one, and jumping around, because without intention, clarity, without step by step process, nothing is created. But mindset is the first part. And now we have in the world where with meditation, pray, biohacking, and exercise, I call this method M.P.B.E, I share in the book, you possible really enlighten every day your life to have more energy.
Absolutely. So you hit the nail on the head. Like, you gotta, it has to be bigger than you. Like, that's what I tell people about anything in life. It's like, it has to be bigger than you. Like, I didn't write my book so I can say I'm an author. I'm an author. People just kept asking me, like, how do you do this? Like, how did you bounce back from this? How did you overcome this? So I wrote a book showing how. Like, it's literally a how-to guide. And also, to your point, it's about what can you leave behind. It's like nobody knows how long we have in this life. I mean, my dad lived to be 79, my grandfather lived to be 80, but Bernie Mac died at 50. You know what I mean? So it's like we don't know when our time is up. So, like, the purpose of this show is to just let people know that you only have today. That's it. Today is all you have. And if you're gonna wait till tomorrow or the next day or the next day, your time could be up, and then now you have nothing to leave behind. And I'm grateful that you are here, that you're sharing your stories, because this is what we were put here for. Like, it grinds my gears when I hear people tell me how independent you are. Like, if you're independent, you haven't jumped into your purpose, because we're here to work together. We're here to help each other, to share each other's skill sets, to share each other's experiences and stories. Like, nobody is meant to go through this alone. Like, that's how society was built in the first place, because we're meant to do this together. So when you were leading up to you writing your book, what was your initial motivation for writing it?
Yeah, and like everything in life is coming from sadness, and
Mm.
why? Because you have two way where the opposite is sadness is joy, correct? And what's happening for me is this one. During this book is coming from many years ago, but during the COVID in particular, I travel a lot.
Mm.
I live like how I share with you, 3 months in Italy, the other part in Miami, and 1 month in Dubai. What's happening at that time? I don't possible travel to the people I love more in my life, my family, everybody that live in Italy, and I started to understand how is important leave something to other people, to share my message, to share how during the this kind of moment I regenerate my energy and my powerful mind to create more. And what's happening at that time, I realized how it's important to everybody write a book, but in particular write a book change other people's life, because I learned something important in the last couple of months. I learn every day, but something important from really wealthy human being, not only from the economic part, but to the inside part, is this one. When your business, when your life is not only driving to your own main goal, everything becoming possible. The people, they don't achieve the correct success, it means they have only one part of the life. We have 12 aspects in our life where we need moving forward every day: business, life, friend, love, career. Is because they are driving only with the intention to make something for themselves. In
Mm.
reality, what is driving everybody, what is driving the more powerful people, is people they have how you share the clear purpose to share with other people, to give to other people. And the reason why I wrote this book is only this. Think about the book. I don't take any kind the money from the book. I donate to one association called Hermano della Calle. They help of here in Miami people to have another time dignity. What this means is homeless people, where they give them like job, the possibility to find a house, and I give with my real estate one place with less money to this association, and everything is coming now from contribution. I have more purpose in my life, more clarity, because I wanna donate, give more, because I know what I want. I want finally love, and love is coming only when you give to other people. That's it.
Absolutely. Like I mentioned earlier, I coach track and field, and what like I haven't launched my book tour yet, but like once I get going, like I want to give out scholarships to track and field athletes, you know, to the kids who normally wouldn't be able to go to college, you know, because like it's one of those things where people can complain about the world, but what are you doing to better the world? You know, like having shows like this, and if my sister's still on, she'll get a she'll like this. And like my father was a Vietnam veteran, and he carried around some heavy PTSD up until he passed in 2019.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And I want to do something like I want to like well, I'm in a process of structuring a program to help veterans tell their stories. You know, because like it wasn't up until I want to say this was October of 2019, and then he passed in November. But so he held that in for like 60 plus years. Wow. And it just slowly ate away at him. And you know, and something like that, it's not about money, it's not about getting my name out there or expanding my brand. It's about helping people who are hurting. You know, like that's why I do this, and that's why I show up. And like I host this show sometimes 4 times a week, and I guest on other people's shows multiple times per week. And people ask me, they're like, how can you keep up with that schedule? Like, because people need help, right? When you're working in that purpose, it's not work. You know, like I see the look on your face, and I know that you feel that same sentiment as you're helping someone who may be homeless, and you help them get a home. You know what I mean? Like that's worth way more than any amount of money anybody could give me.
I am 100% agree with you, Robert. And the reality is this one. I believe in something, Robert. You know, I believe in, you know, the creation of external abundance need to be when you receive, share with people. This is no means you take your money and you give to all the people, but it's important when you achieve some kind of economic success, you need to change your mindset to understand other people and to change, because you're becoming more powerful. And I want to share with you this point. Everybody, we have the same time, the same energy, the same moment to share good things. Now, the big difference, and for me, for this reason, I want to stay focused in every audience over here, create more abundance, first of all, internally, after external, because when you are good heart, like you, Robert, to help other people, to have this dream in your mind, and you becoming to external abundance, your face, your brand, everything becoming so more powerful, because everybody, they see you like, you know, unfortunately in this society where only one thing have value in some kind of society, not everybody, money, you know, where you becoming like an attractive person. And when you become an attractive person, you possible share your message with more people as possible. But this no means people they have I call you know, different life. What this means, or normal job, or are no in business, or are no create something. They don't possible do the same. I share with your audience something important. Every day in the morning, I send a message with some good intention from my heart and from my mind. When they are connect early in the morning to people, they change my life, or they give me something during my day. Why I do this? Because Sometimes one small message, and I receive the proof from people, they change their direction of their day, sometimes their life. Happening in my life. And this is means something. Wherever you are in your position right now in your life, if you are, with $1 million under the bank account, without nothing, with the money or no, you have the possibility to change other people's life with small word, small action. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, do practice some, fulfillment practice, like how I share in the book, the M.P.B.E, or whatever is the case you want to choose, and send some good message to the people. You will see what's happening in your life. Door will be open. People, they will call you. You will receive message where they are grateful for the message. Too, if they don't respond, it's happening to me after 3 months. Somebody don't respond. They told me, "Hey, I want to tell you something. Thank you for this message in that day because changed my day." Something small change other people's life. Happening to me is possible happening to other people, and you are the vehicle to create this.
Yes, and to add on to that, the doors are open now. Just people are focused on their struggles. And I lived this like just 2 years ago. I literally lost everything and I had to move in with my mom at 48 years old. Yeah. Like I lived this. And for the first 6 weeks, I was wallowing in self pity, blaming depression and drinking myself stupid. And it wasn't until I actually restarted the show, because I paused the show. I'm like literally rock bottom right now. Like, how can I get on and try to inspire people? And so it's just so I restarted the show, and my guest actually helped to get things started within myself again, because I'm just as human as everybody else. Emotions can hit me too. But it wasn't until I interviewed her and I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and I was just like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's like, you know how to do this. It's like you built a business being a college dropout with no savings and bad credit. I was like, you can get yourself out of this mess. And then I just started with one thing, which led to another thing, which led to another thing. And the doors were always there. But because I chose to wallow in depression and self-pity and blaming the other guy for what happened, and it wasn't until I took the self-accountability, it was like, you know what? At the end of the day, you let it get this far. Like, you did this to you. He didn't do it to you. The world didn't do it to you. Nothing did it to you except you. And then I grabbed the shovel and started digging myself out of the hole. And here we are. Like my podcast on one of the sites, it's in the top 2.7% in the world. Wow. And again, and I don't even say that for me. It's you guys. It's the quality of the guests that come on and share their experiences and stuff. And the format that I do this is, you probably shared things today that you didn't think you were going to share. Am I wrong?
You open the box. When you open the box, you have good art, everything is coming out, and because you have the same energy, the same respect for humanity, every time when I go to some podcast, I share all my art and my mind, because I believe in share everything I have inside my heart and my mind, because I believe in sharing is powerful thing. When you share, you receive. When you give, you receive. This is right in the big book of the religion, in the different of the religion, and for one reason, because when you give, automatically, in some way, probably you don't receive from Robert, or you don't receive from Jacopo, or you don't receive from another person. You give, but at the same time you receive from the universe. And I believe 1,000% when you give to other human being, in word, in action, you receive more in your life. And something, Robert, important is this one, because you touch something important for people, your audience, maybe they're listening, they feel the depression, they feel the change of the market, they change, whatever is the case. Now, when you are in the different moment, and I have more than one time different moment, it's important to do one exercise, small but it's important. Think about, how you come out from, your situation. You told me like you go back to the house of your mother, 40 years old, you lost, you have, a problem. And what's happening in your mind, happening too in my mind when I have different problem during my process of my business and my life. I lost $1 million, 1 million euro at 23 years old in Italy. What's happening, I focalize for small amount of time, for the in with my mind in the problem. You see, I see the problem, I understand how I need to resolve this problem, and I close my mind. After I'm moving immediately to the part where my mind is working in the part of creation, I started to tell to myself how I possible create more to resolve this problem. And over there is where coming light in your life. But to put yourself in this kind of condition, you need to have intention, and you need to create some kind of step, like how I utilize so other people they share is like meditate, connect with the divine, whatever is your case, do exercise, because this kind is not something, this kind of the thing is not something they are there because don't make sense. All the more powerful human being in the world, with conscious or unconscious, they do something like this. And I study these people and I understand how it's important. Change your focus, focalize small amount of time in your problem and moving the page, and create the energy to create more in your life, and you will see in short time your life will change in the quality and in the external economic part. I believe 1,000% what I share.
Yeah, so my sister made a comment here that I want to get your thoughts on. She said, I believe everyone should have the tools they need in order to provide for themselves and their families, and this is why she shares her stories. What are your thoughts on that?
I thought it's really important, because um, human being, they need have the possibility to feed, but not only feed their family, but how is important is more like becoming a light for other people. And this is the point beautiful your sister share. When you have the possibility to create for your family, all your energy, all your body, all your system becoming more powerful, because you feel like a main character to give to to the family you are. But the second aspect, when you becoming more powerful, when you have the capacity to give to your family, to give more energy to your family, to give more quality of life, and you becoming not only for your family, but you becoming for other people. When you open this door, the second one, your life change completely, because you are not only for your family, but you are for your family and for the human family they are outside. And when you see people that struggling, you becoming somebody help them, because you feel from inside and you give to them. At that point, your house, your body, your mind becoming one unique part where you feel really with energy every day and with clarity what you need to do in your life.
Yes, clarity is everything. Like I know from here. So I have this book, and I'm actually starting to write a second one that's going to be called From My Mother's Basement.
Mm-hmm.
Because ever since I moved in there, I published this book. I expanded my podcast. I started another podcast. I'm collaborating with someone else on a YouTube channel that's launching next Monday, and like just all this good stuff is just happening. And it's not about where you are, it's about what you do. Like there's someone right now who's probably sleeping in a tent somewhere
Mm-hmm.
that has the capability of becoming a bestseller, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know we got to start to bring it down now, but you've mentioned earlier, and I just want to touch on this. You mentioned earlier about coming here from Italy and the opportunities that are in this country. When you hear natural born Americans talk about how there's no opportunities in this country, how does that make you feel?
Oh, really, really anger. At this moment, I receive anger, and I share, yeah, I share why. You guys, you really need to understand you are in the most beautiful and powerful country in the world. And, I don't coming for third world. I don't believe in third or fourth world, but, I coming from Europe. Europe is more bureaucracy, is more difficult, is more relationship drive. When I arrive over here, I feel the opportunities everywhere. You need to normally do the action. If you slept on the couch every all day, you never do nothing. But over here, is possible to do everything. For example, a lot of people they told me about yes, but you arrive over here, and this is reality. I arrive over here in the United States with already have some kind of money, and I create relationship. The money I create from zero, less than zero, and relationship I create with good intention to first of all give and after I ask, not the opposite. The people they forgot about this concept. Now, why I tell this? Supposedly you are now in the house of your mother with a couple of $1 million under your bank account, and people tell me, yes, but where I starting? In real estate, and I talk about what I know about business and about what is my vehicle of creation is real estate. You possible becoming a create wealth through without any kind of money. Now, how is possible? It's possible, and I explain it really easy. It's possible because when you add the value to other people, you becoming a source of deal. An example: if you don't have money in United States, you possibly immediately tomorrow morning somebody give you the money if you find opportunity. What this means in real estate, for example, I am an investor and I have people, they find them opportunity for me. They have don't have a possibility to invest directly, and what they do, I give them percentage of the investment, where they bring me the deal and I give them the percentage of the investment. Or some of them, they are super smart. What they do, they request from a company, for example, in real estate is possible, money to give the deposit to buy a property and receive the money from people over here in United States. You guys call hard money lender, or means people they give you money with high interest and create the deal where they make money without money. This is not a fantascientific idea. This is reality. Every day in this country, people they make a becoming wealth with this kind of strategy. It's nothing crazy. United States is the best country in the world to create business. If you go to Europe or to Dubai, and you want to do the same real estate, it's not like over here. It's more complicated, it's more bureaucracy over here. You need to find opportunity for somebody have the money. How you find opportunity? Research, grow, becoming knowledgeable in what you want to do, for example, in real estate, and do action. When you put these three things together, you becoming invincible and you find everything, because over here, the opportunities everywhere. And real estate is the most vehicle important in the world, but in particular in United States, to becoming wealth.
So I interviewed someone who immigrated here from India, and they said, like, in Indian culture, like, education is very big, and doctors, lawyers, engineers, like, they want to go into those types of fields. And this woman, like, she didn't want to do any of those, so she was pretty much like cast out by her family. And so she comes here, and I don't remember which city, but she moved into a city and was just like, all right, so what do they need? What do they need in this city? Convenience stores, motels, gas stations. And she went and opened up multiple businesses in those fields, and now she's a multimillionaire. And she came here with next to nothing. Like, she didn't have multiple degrees, she didn't have lots of wealth. Like, she just came here and just said, what do the people in this community need? And she created it. It's like, we live in a time, to back up what you said, we live in a time that's so great. You can go on YouTube and start a channel with zero talent and make millions. Like, I've seen some of the dumbest channels on earth, and they have millions of followers. So whenever I hear people say that there's no opportunities, like, there's nothing stopping you from becoming an Amazon affiliate. There's nothing stopping you from opening a Shopify store or designing t-shirts online. Like, the opportunities are literally everywhere. So if people are struggling now, it's just because they don't have that clarity. Like, they don't have that true vision or that true purpose, because all the tools are literally right at our fingertips. So I want to give you the opportunity to bring up anything that you may not have mentioned yet before we break it down, and then I'll ask you for a final word.
Yeah, like, I want to share with your audience something important. Like everything in life, you need starting. If you want to starting something in your life, you need the starting from the clear intention, starting from the point of clear intention, writing down what you want really in your life, in the 12 aspect of your life, and after create a routine every day at the same hour, in the same moment, where this routine bring you energy. When you have these two parts, you have the third one, the action. Why? Because if you don't have a clarification in your mind, you don't have a clear intention, and you don't create, the most important is routine. Routine possible be bad, but at the same time possible be the most powerful part of your life. You have good routine, you become successful. Because automatically the good routine bring you to the action. For this reason, if you are over there, you want to create, you want to give more, you want to becoming more somebody fulfilling in the heart, where you don't have this sensation, where everybody will feel it, where you do something, where you don't change nothing, where your life, is static, where you don't see ne up ne down, you are like over here. It's better for my person stay over here or stay over here, because over here you have the possibility to go up, and over here you need to maintain your position. Now, do this kind of thing, clarify and have routine in your life. Read the book. Really, I believe in something, and this book possible change people's life. Apply to the method M.P.B.E and to the real estate part, and I am sure 100% your life will change, because my life changed thanks to other book, like how I explained Miracle Morning, where this guy enlightened the power of the wake up really early in the morning. But everybody, we are different. You need to try. And after, your life will becoming more light and more powerful. But if you do these two steps, you will really, really, really change your modality and your quality of life.
Love it. So that's a perfect way to end. Thank you for taking the time to come out and show us and share with us your stories and your experiences. All of your contact information will be in the description section. So for those watching, no matter what platform you're watching on, all of his contact info is there. So check out his book, connect with him on socials. And if you join this late, make sure you go back and watch the whole thing, because this was a fabulous episode. A lot of good golden nuggets in here. And again, this is for you. We are here for you. I'm not here to hear myself talk. He's not here to hear himself talk. We want to help you have that breakthrough that you're looking for. So wherever it is, it's right on the tip of your tongue. Whatever you want to be doing that can add fulfillment to your life, just get started. You can do it. You're good enough. You're strong enough. You're smart enough. You're pretty enough. Now you just have to be driven enough. And with that, I will see you on Thursday. Have a great day.
You've been listening to Shut Up and Grind. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information from this show. Robert has over 20 years experience pouring his knowledge and expertise at many events in the service and fitness industry, as well as secondary schools and universities. He has a true passion for helping others break through the barriers that are holding them back. To book Robert B. Foster to speak or to reach out, go to robertbfoster.com. Till next time, shut up and grind.